You're not stuck. You're scared. There's a difference. Stuck means no options. Scared means the options feel terrifying. So you wait, you prepare, you tell yourself, not yet. And time passes. Every morning you wake up with ideas, plans, things you're going to do. But by nightfall, nothing's changed. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, because starting feels like stepping off a cliff. So you research more, plan better, wait for readiness that never comes. And you know what the worst part is? You can feel it, the weight of all those unmade choices, the ache of knowing you're capable of more, but choosing comfort over courage, every single day. This video is about what's really keeping you frozen and what changes when you finally see it clearly. If you're tired of waiting for permission that's never coming, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe. We make videos about the silent struggles of adulthood every week. You'll want to catch the next one. Let me tell you about someone who lived in the space between wanting and doing for years. He had a notebook, pages and pages of ideas, projects he'd start when the time was right, skills he'd learned when he had more energy, conversations he'd have when he felt confident enough. The notebook got thicker. His life stayed the same. He told himself he was being smart, careful, responsible. Why start something before you're ready? Why risk failing in public when you could prepare in private? Not yet felt like wisdom, like patience, like maturity. It wasn't. It was fear wearing a disguise so good he couldn't see it anymore. Years passed. Not dramatic years, not terrible years, just years. The kind that disappear while you're busy preparing for them to start. He watched people around him try things and fail, succeed, fail again, move forward. And he stayed in the planning phase, safe, stuck, watching life happen to other people who were apparently braver than him. Except they weren't braver, they were just starting scared. One day, nothing special about the day, no catalyst, no rock bottom, he looked at his notebook, really looked at it. Some of those ideas were 5 years old, some were 7. And he realized something that made his chest tight. He'd been waiting for a version of himself that doesn't exist. The ready version, the confident version, the version that starts things without fear. That person isn't coming. That person doesn't exist. Because fear doesn't disappear when you're ready. You just decide it doesn't get to decide anymore. He wasn't stuck because circumstances were wrong. He wasn't stuck because the timing was bad. He was stuck because every time fear whispered, "Not yet," he listened. He believed it. He let it run his life while calling it caution. And the thing about fear, it will always have a reason why now isn't the right time. Always. It's very convincing. It sounds like reason, like self-care, like wisdom. But if you listen closely, underneath all those reasonable arguments, it's just saying the same thing over and over. What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if everyone sees you trying and falling short? Here's what fear doesn't tell you. The cost of not trying is higher than the cost of failing. Failure is temporary. It hurts, yes. It's embarrassing, yes, but it's temporary. You try, you fail, you learn, you adjust, you move forward. But not trying, that compounds. It builds. Every day you don't start is another day you're exactly where you are. And that weight doesn't go away, it gets heavier. The gap between who you are and who you could be gets wider. The regret gets louder. So he did something he'd been avoiding for years, something that felt reckless and necessary at the same time. He picked the smallest thing in his notebook, not the biggest dream, not the most impressive goal, the smallest, easiest thing. Something that would take maybe 2 hours, something that didn't matter much if it failed. And he started. Right then. No more research, no more planning, just starting. You know what he discovered? Starting didn't make the fear go away. He felt it the whole time. Anxiety in his chest, that voice saying, "This is stupid, you're not ready, people will judge you." But he also discovered something else. You can be terrified and still move forward. Fear and action can exist in the same moment. You don't have to wait for courage. You just have to decide that fear doesn't get veto power anymore. The thing he started wasn't perfect. It was messy, flawed, exactly what fear said it would be. And nothing bad happened. No catastrophe, no public humiliation. The world kept turning. He kept breathing. And he had something he didn't have before. Evidence that he could start scared. That changed everything. Because once you do it once, the spell breaks. You see fear for what it is, a feeling, a loud, convincing, persistent feeling, but not a fact, not a truth, not a reason to stay frozen. He started other things. Some worked, some didn't, some he quit halfway through. But he was moving. Finally, after years of standing still, calling it preparation, he was actually moving. And the strangest part? The fear never fully went away. It's still there every time he starts something new. But now he recognizes it. Oh, there you are again. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm doing it anyway. Here's what I need you to understand. You're not stuck because you lack discipline. You're not stuck because you need more time, more resources, more preparation. You're stuck because fear is louder than it needs to be. Because you've been waiting for a version of yourself that feels ready. But ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision. You decide you're ready by starting, not the other way around. Think about what you've been putting off, that thing you keep saying you'll do when the time is right, when you feel confident, when you have more clarity. Ask yourself honestly, is the timing actually wrong, or are you just scared? Because if it's fear, and it usually is, then waiting won't help. Fear will still be there in 6 months, a year, 5 years. It doesn't evaporate with time, it gets louder. The stakes feel higher, the gap feels wider. You're not stuck, you never were. You're standing at the edge of something that feels terrifying, and you've been standing there so long you've convinced yourself there's no other option. But there is. You can start. Today. Right now. Not because you're ready, not because you feel brave, but because waiting isn't protecting you from failure, it's guaranteeing it. The smallest step, the thing that takes 2 hours, the thing that doesn't matter if it fails, do that. Start there. Not tomorrow, not when you feel better, now. Because you're not going to feel ready, you're going to feel scared, and that's fine. Do it scared. If this resonated, there's another video you need to see about why comfort feels like peace, but isn't. It's exactly what you need next. See you there.